Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make high energy dark beats like TAY. In this video I'm going to be breaking down the sample and the drum, showing you guys everything I did to get that TAY sound. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let's just get right into the breakdown. Alright, so as you can see, I have the final sample pulled up here. We're sitting at 156 BPM. As you can see, I have it pitched down 6 semitones, so the final sample is actually an F sharp. Then I pitch it down 6 semitones to lay some drums over it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play the beat so you can hear how it sounds and then just break everything down. Alright, so here's a preview of what the sample sounded like before I pitched it down. But yeah, when I went to go lay down the drums, it just sounded better when I pitched it down. So like I said, the final sample, everything I'm going to be breaking down right now is going to be an F sharp minor, and then at the end I pitch it down. Alright, so the first thing that I did is I pulled up CZV by Arteria, and this is just a really good standalone synth by Arteria. I went into there and I picked out a pad and I just laid down some simple chords. Like I said, we're an F sharp minor, so I really just started with this chord right here, and then I pitched this note up, and then basically what I did is I took these two notes and then just pitched both of them up an octave and added those on top as well. And then with this chord right here, I started like this. So originally looked like this. It was just these chords like that. Pitched that one up, added these two, and then with this chord I just pitched it all up and then basically just added this note on top. And then I just copied those two chords over, and then I added some notes in between that just sounded good. I'll go ahead and play what that sounds like. And then as you can see in the playlist, I have a second section over here where the same melody is half timed, and this is what it sounds like. For the effects on this, I have the halftime that I just showed, that's automated in the playlist. I have an EQ to take out the low end, cassette to add some texture, tape mellowify to add some width, some delay, the more tape effect just to make it sound more vintage, and then a shaper box to pan it back and forth. Alright, so the next thing that I did is I went into the Melody Midi Essentials Volume 1 that I just dropped, and I grabbed this starter. And I dragged that in, pitched it way up. As you can see right here, I changed the pitch to 12, pitched it up an octave, and then made it fit the key of the sample. So I took it from A minor to F sharp. So I chopped that out and I put it to its own mixer track right here to the same effects as the first melody. And this is what that sounds like. And then once I had that, I rendered it out, brought it back in, and I reversed it. And then I also messed with the time. So this is what it looked like before. And I just basically sped it up by making it half the length. And this is what that sounds like by itself. So I basically just have that kind of going in the background as like a texture. Next thing that I did is I added 2 soundscapes again from the same kit. I brought both of them in and layered them together. The first one I brought it in and I just made it fit the key of the sample. And the second one I did the same thing. And on top of that, I also sped it up by making it half the length again, and then just layered them together so they sound like this. Those 2 soundscapes right there really just made the sample a little bit more unique and added more depth and texture to the sample. Once I had all that, the sample was already ambient, but it needed more of a top line melody. So I went into the same kit, to the one shots, and I grabbed this key right here called Imported. And I came up with this really repetitive top line melody right here. It just sounds like this. And then as you can see in the playlist, I have a second section right here that is the same melody but just pitched up an octave. For the effects, I just have an EQ to take out a lot of the high end and the low end, some delay tape, crystalline for some reverb, Maximus just to boost the volume, and then a shaper box to pan it back and forth. But one thing that I noticed TAY does in a lot of his melodies is he likes to layer sounds a lot, so that's what I did with the first key that I just showed. I went into the same kit and I grabbed this Stingray pad right here. And and I just layered it with the first sound. So I literally just took the same exact melody, copied that over, pasted it to the pad, and then for the second part right here I just have it pitched up an octave, and I even put it to the same mixer track with the same effects, and this is what it sounds like when they're layered together. So I did this in my last tutorial as well, where I took a string from the one-shot section in this kit and I brought it in and basically used it as a phrase. So I made sure to just make it fit the tempo of the sample, and then I messed with these volume fader knobs right here so that the sound can go in and out exactly where I want it to. And I just wanted the string kind of way in the background, so for the effects I just added an EQ to take out the low M and then some reverb. Next thing that I did is I opened up Contact and I added this bell. Next thing that I did is I added a bass line, so I went to the one-shot section, grabbed a bass, used this bass right here called Dominance. And like I said, we're in F sharp minor, so I followed the root note and I just added these little stutters right here. What you want to do if you're using a one-shot is you want to go in here and you want to turn everything down except for the hold, and the hold all the way up, and that'll basically let you control the bass for exactly how long you want without it having any tail end. And then you want to make sure it's cutting itself. But yeah, once I had it like that, I could add these little stutters right here, and then I have it kind of go up to C sharp at the end, and then at the end right here I have a slide note that goes down to C sharp. So you just add in note, double click it, click the little arrow, and it turns into a slide note, and you can control how short or how long the slide is. Yeah, this is what the bass sounds like. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the sample. Once I had all the sounds, I just arranged it how I wanted to. I have the hook right here at the beginning, and then the synth gets half timed for the verse, and then it kind of comes back in, and then I just copied that over, got rid of the bass for the second section, and then just put all the stems at the end like usual. So I just exported that, brought that back in, and as you can see I pitched the sample down from F sharp to C like I said, and then I also chopped up the sample to have the different sections that I want. So I have like a hook here, a verse, another hook, another verse, and then one more hook at the end, and then kind of like an outro right there. And then once I had it structured how I wanted it, I just had to add some drums that had that unique Tay Keith bounce. All the drums that I use in this beat are from my Slat drum kit. It has a go-to folder and a more unique folder. First thing that I did is I laid down a signature Tay Keith snare pattern right here. It just has a few extra snares for some more bounce. I also layered two of the sounds together. So together they sound like this. Next, I added a hi-hat, and for Tay Keith songs, I notice a lot of his hi-hats are very simple. It's either just a simple two-step or there's a couple triplet rolls like this. So this is what the hi-hat sounds like. Then I added a simple open hat, triangle perk. Then I added a really aggressive and repetitive kick pattern, which is something that I noticed Tay Keith does a lot. And as you can see in the playlist, I have two different drum patterns. The first pattern has no 808, just the kick, and no triangle. And that's something that I noticed Tay Keith does a lot as well. He'll have sections in his songs where it's just the kick and no 808, and then the 808 comes in a little bit later. So yeah, this is what the kick sounds like. And then with the 808, I wanted to keep it pretty simple since the kick was really repetitive. As you can see, for the majority of the 808, there's not too much going on, and there's really just some variation at the end to add some bounce and make it more unique. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. That's how I go about making beats from scratch like Tay Keith. Hopefully you guys learned something new. Hopefully you took something away. I'll leave a link down in the description for the kits that I use in this video if you're interested. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.